Welcome to Into the City. My name is Praise Songa and I will be your hostess. Today we are recognizing all our previous 3 young game changers. How are you guys today?
We're good.
Alright, can you please give a brief introduction on who you are and what do you do?
My name is Kosnati Zwane, otherwise known as the Township Hustler. I do a lot of things, but most important, I have an agency called Umsindo Innovation Hub and also a production company called Township Media House. I'm an African. Yeah, that's what I do.
My name is Gaul Namane, born and bred in the township of Guatemala. I'm a businessman, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. I'm the co-founder of a holding company called Global Network Capital, and I'm a founder in Virtual Mall, which is an e-commerce app.
Hi everyone, I'm Busisiwe Ndlovu, an LLB student at the University of Johannesburg. I'm a founder of Limitless Education and Skills Projects. I'm also a co-founder of Uncover Services, which is a tutoring company.
Alright, just like how I introduced you guys, I said you guys are the young game changers of the first 3 episodes of Into the City. Why are you guys not doing the common things our age mates are doing? What's your reason for being different and unique?
I think, solely for me, you're looking at where we come from as black people,
Yes.
We are trying to change the narrative of how we as black people come to earth in the lives that we live and how we bow out. You know what I'm saying? We're having other races leaving legacies, right? So I think that's the whole purpose with us as us doing what we're doing, At the end of the day, we need to not only change other people's lives, but also change our lives for the better, you know what I'm saying? We need to be the change that the future needs, and it all starts with us, So I think that's why for us, we tend to go into the spaces that we go into, and we just want to be different, man, because at the end of the day, we have stomachs to feed. Some of us, we come from homes whereby, as young as I am, I could be the breadwinner in the family. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes it's forced circumstances to say you have to do this, but at the end of the day, it's all because of love.
Yeah, personally, I think it's more, for me, it's more of a calling and a conviction to say, we've always been painted as these people who are chaotic. We've been painted as nothing can come out of a black man. But I just wanted to change that narrative. So I think for me, it's love. It's all love for my people. It's all love for what we're doing. It transcends Djibouti. It gets so when people speak bad about black people, to me personally. So I always want to say black people are powerful, man. No matter our history, no matter everything. So I always say it's a personal conviction to say we can rise, we can compete, we can change the world one step at a time.
True, that's what we need, actually.
With me, I'd say definitely it's my purpose and me wanting, to bring about change. Because I remember from a very tender age, I've been invested in changing, in helping where I can. Because even with my NPO, I named it Limitless because I was saying to another black child that it's possible. As long as you put your mind to it, as long as your mindset is there, your choices, the people around you are aligning everything, you can do it, So it's saying, black child, it's possible. If I can do it, you can also do it. But also at the same time, coming together, bringing ideas, we can achieve a lot, but it's about our mindsets, the book that you read and everything. But what I can say with me is that it started from my community, being in a community where nobody's, is impacting, So I was like, I dare to be different, Let me be different from everyone, so that the young children coming after me can say, it's okay, Ubusisi was able to do it. So if she was able, I can do it too, Because with me, it's about, bringing change, for a young person to realize their chances, because we have it in us, but you had to have somebody who's going to say, no, do it, do it, somebody after you're saying, no, I was able to do it, and also pulling one another. For example, as I'm doing law and about to graduate, what I'm saying is I can take another one child and say, you know what, if you want to do law, come, I'll mentor you, I will take you through the ins and outs, it's all about that, just, us coming together and making something wonderful, and helping one another.
That's actually true, guys. I now understand, and I'm sure our audience understands why you guys are actually recognized as the young game changers of Into the City. So now I'm picking up that we are actually touching on a topic that is going to be we're actually scared to actually touch on, but let's touch on black hate, right? Because Busiwe just spoke about supporting and helping each other. Right now, I know that already in our community, as young as we are, we can see that there's already a gap here because we already don't help each other. Like, for example, if like Kabelo says, hey guys, I'm Kabelo, I have app code virtual mall and I need support in anything like that. No one dares to help. So what are your thoughts on that? What can we do as the youth to improve such a huge gap we have right there?
I think, black on black hate. This one hits home. You know?
That's
Yeah,
all of us.
because yeah, no. Black on black hate for me, in simple terms, this is someone else projecting what they fear onto you, right? So you come and say, I want to build an app. Someone says, I can't. I'm not even thinking in that space of building anything. You want to come and build an app. So I think where it actually derives from is the fact that we tend to look at each other's competition and actually we're competing against the struggle. We're competing against the lifestyle. We're competing against the circumstances.
Why do you think so? Why do you think we have such a mentality?
I think, also, looking at the high unemployment rate, it's high to such a point whereby when we start to make it, like for example, if I start to make it, I tend to now look at Busisiwe as someone who's lower than me.
Oh, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
there's something that derives in that to say when I now finally make it, now I start to see her less of anything. You understand what I'm saying? And for me, it's really painful because if you were to think about it deeply, when you look at other races, your white people, other people in other countries, they really support each other. Look at the Chinese people, you know what I'm saying? Looking at their GDP, it's really healthy. Everything is all on, let's help each other. We are not competing against each other, but we're competing against the problem. But for us to really get through that, one needs to change their mindset. At the end of the day, we can have this conversation, but still there's someone out there who's like, but who are they to tell me what to do? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, one thing that I've learned about us as black people, we don't want to be taught something. We don't want to learn. We don't want to be the vessels of, okay, as much as I know this, but I still have more to learn. You know what I'm saying? And Busisiwe can teach me something, because Nati can teach me something. You understand what I'm saying? So if we can be open-minded, that's another thing. You got to be open-minded. Open your mind towards saying, you don't know everything.
Yes.
And I think black on black hate has to do with it's systematic. It's sort of systematic. You understand? In the sense that these are all the after effects of apartheid. You understand? Long time we were enslaved, and to that it required them to slave us and pass valele, restrict us from certain position. But as now they've let us out, we are like a virus. It's just happening without them needing to control us physically. You understand? So I think even being scared of change is scary.
Yeah, true.
Introducing something new, especially when you see this black melanin can become a curse sometimes because people think greatness doesn't lie in such
That is
a melanin. So I think it's deep, but I think the main thing we can do is to be a change in our own spaces. Sometimes change wanna judges must inkulu, but it starts you in your little corner, mentoring that young child, mentoring that young girl, you in a little corner, mentoring that boy. We cannot change abantu abalingana nathi nabadala, but those young ones, we can impact those words of wisdom, taking them on to come and present, taking them on journeys. It doesn't even require cash. So I think being intentional about that, it can start to change, because change is there. It's just in Zimbi, it's ning. It seems like, there's nothing in South Africa. Gooby. But you in our own little corners, and then when you combine that, that's when you start seeing impact. Because I believe deep down, Mina, black people don't have hate.
Yeah, we
We
don't.
were taught to hate. We don't have hate. If you
Yes.
can go throughout history, we don't have hate.
There's always love
Yeah,
there.
when you see it's because of this, now is this happening, then you start to realize what's at play.
But isn't it late now to actually rebuild everything now? Do you think it's late, or is there still hope?
Oh, I always say, what a time to be alive.
Why do you say so?
I always say, what a time to be alive. There's many problems. I mean, I exist in a space of solutions. I exist in a space where there's no complaining. If Kabelo comes and say, Baba, I want to build a mall, I say, Joe, he has 2 stinners, let's build this mall. I don't even need to understand what this man is building. We move. hey, Kabel, I don't have the expertise. Here's someone who can help you. It's that thing you're going to be living in a place of abundance. Once you live in a place of abundance, you're not even worried about solution. Don't even worried about problems. You're saying, hey, what can you combine? You have this vision. I trust that this vision is yours. Let me impact. Let me add. Let me feel it to go forward. That's the space I live in. But if you uhlala kakhulu enkingeni, uhlala kakhulu in what's going wrong, uhlala kakhulu kumida ukuthi hey, the country is burning, you can actually have depression. But if you're in a space with guys, come. There's a space like it, come. Let's share. Let's use. Let's research. Let's. It starts to change the mentality. Because the main thing now that's left is to work on the mentality.
I think I can second one Kosnat is saying. To answer you, I mean, yes, there is still hope. Why? If we
Yes.
still have people like us, then there's hope.
there's
I
hope.
think that's the sole answer here. For the fact that we still have young creatives like us who still have that thing to say we want to change people's lives at a young age.
Yes,
And for us, we're
yes.
looking at it as to say it's not really about us, like alone, but it's all about us as a community. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just say for the fact that when you tap into spaces whereby you have people who are like-minded, we still can change it because after all, our leaders are supposed to do that, but we are failing.
It's not up to us actually.
Exactly.
Yo, when you touched on black hate, yeah, ne?
Yeah, it's a big.
Ziyakhala.
It's a very. Did you see
It
how
is.
the
It was
room
just,
changed?
yeah, it just became so tense, you know.
Yes.
But it's something that is there and is happening, you know. Yeah, ne? So what I can say is, you know, when we touch on this topic, what I've realized through the NPO and the business is that black on black hate is people around you, your friends. You know, you can say Ukabelo maybe started a social media page. Umngani wakhe akusiwo uqala uzohamba uyolike page, but it's somebody who doesn't even know Kabelo, but who sees what Kabelo does from afar and say, yo, I'm so inspired by what Kabelo is doing. Hence I said, your associates, your people around you, do they inspire you? Do they motivate you to be something that's better and big, you know? The people around you say a lot about you, right? So it's the friends that you have around you. I don't want to take it far, you know. It can't be, why would they hate you? It's people around you. I remember with me when I started social media pages for Limitless. Like my friends took so long to just like to go follow, share, and whatsoever. So what I'm saying is, whether black on black hate is there or not, move, keep walking. It's there, so what? You know, it's there. You can't restrict it from happening. It's happening. So move. Like with or without support, move, you know, it's there, it's happening. We can't focus on things that won't grow us or things that, you know, will stagnate our growth. So it's happening, okay, that's fine, but we move, but it's there, it's happening, right? As I said, check people around you, you know, how they're impacting you. Like, are your goals, visions, mission aligning, you know? Because in that, it probably starts from there, you know? I can have Kabelo as a friend, you know, and tell Kabelo, look, Kabelo, and I start this company, you know? And then maybe Kabelo will be like, no, you know? That's on its own. It's like, to me, I'm cutting you off. I'm telling you something and you're not taking me serious, you know? I take myself so damn serious. If you don't take me serious, and then so what? You can't be in my circle or you can't be my friend or whatsoever. So it starts from there. I can't tell Kabelo, look, I have this idea. At least Kabelo and to say, oh man, that's so nice. You know what? I think you can add this, you can do this and whatsoever, right? Hence I said, people around you say a lot, you know. But black on black hate is there. But keep on walking, keep on moving. It's there, so what? You know, it's about you now. Okay, back home, whatsoever, but keep moving. I think on Monday or Tuesday, I got a text message from, it was on Facebook from this other girl from back home. She was like, "Ay, Boosie, I want to confess, hey, like, hey, being into pride, being into pagamsile and whatsoever. But now I see I've been following you, doing great work. I think it's me. It was my demon within. Yes. But now once you keep walking and doing whatever that you believe in, you're meeting your vision and goals. That's not your problem. But keep on moving. No, man, this person is doing good. Let me just be inspired rather than being jealous or me wanting to sabotage or whatsoever. It's there. Keep on walking. Keep on moving. It's fine. Go. Whether you have 1 like, 10 likes, or whatsoever, you know, because social media is out there and everything. So they see the post. That's not your problem. But keep on being, keep on walking.
But then, the problem is that now, you know, it kind of hurts when you're like doing something, and then the first thing you think, and the first thing you actually, this is how it's supposed to be. When you start something, your family and friends are supposed to be there to support you. They're supposed to be there doing the hard work, also sharing and everything. And we don't have that actually, and it hurts. It hurts. Yes, we want to have I don't care attitude, but it hurts. It hurts. That's
But
the
it's your
thing.
vision, it's your goal, it's your dream. So whether they support you or not, the art starts. Because I feel like the important thing is to start. Whether they do support you or not, but there are people who are gonna rally behind you and say, you know what, Busi's doing this, let me just support her. Okay, abangani bakona, they're not doing it. So what? What are you doing about it? It's fine. Whether they support or not, it's fine. You'll get people along the way who are going to support you. With me, when I started the NPO, friends were not there, but it was just people, afar from me, like, no, Busi, we like what you're doing. How can we help? People around me, people knowing, what's happening, but they're not there. They're not there. So what? I must keep on working, keep on moving, get people who are aligned with me, my vision and goals, so that, they can help me grow as well.
Just to add on that, what she's saying, Obusi. I think that's the piece that we have to make. Black on black hate is there. We just gotta keep it moving. What I'm just gonna say is, let's just keep in mind, Jesus was not loved by everybody.
I wanted to add also on that. I was going there. In a sense, guys, sometimes the vision lies on the vision bearer, guys. You must realize your job is to just accept that purpose, that calling, and that vision and move. Take a step. I always live in a mantra, a vision without execution is an illusion. We are all allowed to dream, but if you don't take a step, you'll always be average. So take a step. Sometimes in Afnukala, sifuna ukuqala esantini, sifuna ukuqala kumnandi, sifuna ukuqala siphelele.
That's what you want.
Start. Sometimes start. Even I've realized with building teams, I used to think I need to fetch people, I need to fetch friends. It won't work. You'll always have to hammer it down with let's work, guys. But if you start, as a vision bearer, God or whatever, the ancestors will bring people who you will just cast your vision. They've already seen where you're going. They say, okay, I'll bring my camera. I'll bring my mic. I'll bring the extension. I don't even think I'll connect. And then it starts to move. But if you're not moving, you'll say, support. Sometimes they don't understand, guys.
True.
You have
Yeah,
to
that's
do
very
Systematic,
true.
they don't understand.
Something.
You are saying podcast. He's used to watching TV.
They're like,
It's foreign. We need to understand that even career-wise, you would see, if you're not a doctor, lawyer, they didn't understand. You are saying graphic designer, what's that? Artists, what they're exposed to is artists who are broke.
they used to doctors,
Saying you want to
lawyers,
do
all
this,
that.
what's the thing? We want to just get marks and talk. So you must understand that and make peace, as Kabelo says. And then you start things. The puzzle will just slowly but surely.
To also add on that, whenever maybe I'm having interview or talking to someone or whoever that I'm engaging with, what I usually say is, remember that one day you're going to die. So when do you want your dreams, a vision and mission to lie there in the graveyard, or do you wanna, start implement them now? Because hence I've been telling you, friends are there or not, keep moving. Remember, and if you like this, that if there's one thing in life you are assured of, it's death, right? So if you're not moving, if you're not working, what are you doing? Because on a day you're gonna die. So how is it going to help you? Keep on moving. And to add on what Nkosnat was saying, Uguti, I feel like in the is to start, whether they understand or not, but as the time goes by, they're going to understand. With me, when I started, nobody understood, even at home. They're like, oh, okay, Busi has been like this. She's been helping, so it's fine. They didn't understand. Even now, maybe some of them don't, and I don't blame them, it's fine. As the time goes by, they will, But what I'm saying is start. Right?
That's why it's
important. Start, and then abantu and God is there as well. So whoever that's meant to be there and whoever you're gonna cross path with, God is going to bring those people going to help you. Like recently, have you ever been in situations where you're in big rooms and then someone who's big is saying, wow, you're doing this, wow, this is so big. This other time I was encountering big people with big names. They're like, oh my God, this is so. And then when you have people around, just like, whatsoever, Mother Teresa, But I'm doing change, guys. So if you don't have the vision and mission, it's fine. Let me do whatsoever. But also at the same time, remember that you're going to die, right? So do you want to die with those dreams, or do you want to implement them now? Now, that's one thing that must always ring in your mind. And saying that each and every day when you wake up, start, try something, For the fact that you're still breathing, it means that you can still, do something out of, with your life.
Yeah, right. You guys are giving me goosebumps right now. And actually, to add on to that, Busi, I remember when we actually shot our first episode, You were like, you know what, praise, ne? It's fine, you're alone, it's okay, but what matters is that you started. Now look where we are.
High five. Definitely.
Great stuff.
Starting and then.
Now we're there. But then also talking about that, ne, there's also another issue we face as the black youth, which is funding. Right? So let's say, like, for example, I'm like, hey, bruh, I've got an idea. I want to do this business, right? But then it needs funding. So that's one thing we actually, as the youth, we always have a problem with. What are your thoughts on that? How can we get funding? Do we need to network? What is the solution to that?
All right. I think, funding is an issue, especially being an entrepreneur, in the township. Coming from a township, we are not like the other races. The other races, they are, located in the same area. When you go to an estate, you'd find that where we stay, the guy next door is holding a position in one company, the other guy is an owner of an agent and stuff like that, so there's connection. In the black community, for the fact that we were just speaking about black on black hate, who wants to help you? You understand what I'm saying? So, the issue of funding is very big, but at the same time, I feel like it's a matter of people not understanding the vision. That also boils down to us not getting the funding, because if I'm going to tell you something, at the same time, we also need to educate ourselves about whatever that we want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we can cry and say, funding, we don't have funding. But at the end of the day, if I come as an investor, Busis comes and says, I want to do something like this, I need to know that as an investor, how is she going to make me money, or how is she going to bring back the money, which is what we're lacking in the township. We don't have that education. We are never taught how to really put ourselves as business models, or whatever that we have in our mind to make it as a business model for the next person to understand, so that the funding and the investment can come through. Another thing would be, I think it's just getting out of your comfort zone. We are too you find that the person who's saying, I don't have funding, is chilling a cast.
Yes. And it's not doing nothing.
You are literally not doing. So what are you expecting? Are you expecting Jesus to come out of nowhere? Give you 2
Like
million.
me?
Here's 2 million for funding. No, you gotta step into the spaces. You know what I'm saying? There's be out there. There's seminars, there's expos. Attend those things. The meet and greets. That's where you can get the funding. So you can't just say, I don't have funding, at the same time you're chilling at the corner. Let's start taking action.
Yeah, for me, I start here. Funding to me, if I not share, labo. So you'll find good now share like a girl, maybe let's say you share like girl says no. I've seen a machita will go back to the drawing board. Is that young sometimes you go back. So once you use that energy, that priority, law. Make banda cheese. In a sense, many entrepreneurs now focus there's no funding, they don't start. They want to start in 50,000. Hey guys, you need to start. In fact, if it means rolling up your sleeve and zingat, just start, guys. And there's something. There's lots of opportunities, because there's a saying that says, in the midst of chaos, there's opportunities. So, color, where there's roses, where it's glitz and glam, and camera. Show. Like, you're the same thing. Share this thing is if you don't have a mic, hey man, resell something. You've seen ladies going and reselling about phone. Just roll up those sleeves and do something, because more kaluteng my K1. Oh, sing the mic. Short time. You start again.
Exactly.
You start again. Multiple performance. How say you build from that. Tinas fun tag nama fans, and then now you are sharp. Then the next year, I mean, I'm entrepreneurs. The next year, I'm gonna register a company. The next year, still registering.
And it's so simple to actually register companies.
You understand? So, and then you start to connect. Sometimes funding is not monetary, guys. You meet a connection, you meet destiny holders where they say, hey, Yazin, nyangok nigi mal pat. But for yourself, you need to just always show up to say, okay, so let me honor that and show up. Showing up means you coming there and honoring, hey, you said you want to go. You don't know who's there. Because the funding you think maybe is so is in reverse. I'm expecting. So showing up and using the energy of Sheila, you'll get the funds.
True.
Definitely, it will be, I feel like with us, the skill of reading and listening, Now that's the big thing, Can you read? Can you listen, right? And also research. We don't do research, Research about a space that you want to go into. so that whenever maybe a potential sponsor or an investor asks you something, you know it. You know, be on your A game, right? Do thorough research. Know your work, know your, like everything, like research, because I feel like it lies within research. The more research you make, the more you expose to whatever field or space you want to get into. But obviously, as Nkosnati and Ukabelo said, it's you going out. I remember last year going to there was an event by Tebogo Ditseho Media in Joburg Theatre where they were talking about social media branding. You know, what to post, your email and everything. It's those little things, you know, that count. Because Nkosnati abe ne email at Nkosi 111123 @gmail. What's that? You know, like, are you professional? You know, because no matter, even if you're starting, but be professional, be serious, take yourself so damn serious,
Exactly.
because the next person will definitely take you so serious. Because whenever I'm in big spaces, like, just you, but I like you, yeah. And then when I get there, it's like, yo, they take me so serious because the way I'm wearing, you know, the way I'm connecting myself, you know, like it's those little things as nag. Because let me say, Kabelo comes to me and say, Busi, please invest in this. So it's okay, give me your social media handles.
And
Check,
then
you know? What is it that you post as well, you know? Because you can't, like, when you keep up in a trend, Jordan is out, whatsoever. Okay, it's out, and then what, you know? But, like, is your social media aligning to what you're doing, you know? Sure. And you know, that's limiting us at the most is you can't even explain what you're doing in 30 seconds. You know, but mangati shoning go me you can say it. You lyric by lyric, you know. So it's about you equipping yourself about what space that you want to be in. Research, listen, and read, you know. Equip yourself, you know. Don't just jump, you know. Research about whatever. And then when you're in big spaces, the way you approach a person says a lot as well. You can't just say, hi, okay, hi, and then what, you know. Hi, my name is Busisiwe, this is what I'm doing. I'm also, you know, you can say Kabelo is a potential investor. Hi, Kabelo. Cards. Rich people or investors, sponsors, they don't have time. So imagine when it's no, I'm Busisiwe, how are you? Oh, I follow you. Okay, so what?
Yeah, you need to
Tell me, I'm Busisiwe, this is what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I follow you. I'm so inspired. Oh my God, you know, you inspire me. Also, so already you know that first impression. Oh, this person looks up to me. Oh my God. Okay, tell me more. What is it that you're doing? You know, and then starting to show interest to you as well. It's okay. Tell me, young man, what is it that you're doing? And then you start from the, and when you start. Remember 30 seconds, you know, like first impression last, the way you dressing, the way you conduct yourself, whatever that you're doing, are you doing that, you know, because it falls in that. And then with sponsorship, as we were saying, it's you going out there looking for information, you know, looking for people in the same line of business that you're doing, asking them, dude, this is what I'm doing. How did you ufike njani la ukhona, right? It's about asking, go learn to know pride ngeke kwenzele lutho end day, you know. Go out there, ask for information, you know. The approach that you have to whoever that you're asking information from says a lot as well. Because ngeke ufike, hey Kabelo, uqale nje because get straight to the point. Akekho nesikhathi, guys. You know, we have time but we don't have time. Because I feel like that's the biggest mistake we make, thinking that we have time. Yes, we do, but we don't.
Exactly.
You know? So do thorough research, read, listen, right? And also another tip is when you're in spaces where there are people who you think can help you whatsoever, like be learned as well. Know what's happening economically, educationally, investment, what's happening, you know. Maybe what are the effect that petrol prices have on business, you know. Education system as well, the economy, you know, what's happening around you. And what do you think we must do as South Africa? Exactly. Right now we're facing an issue of unemployment. What is it that you think we can do, right? So, Mina, what I can say is maybe it's government encouraging young entrepreneurs to come together, have seminars, and then whenever they branch into their communities, they start, you know, helping. Hence, I said it's all about coming together and helping one another. You know, this black on black hate won't do you a thing, you know. Like hamba nabahambayo. I said, Uchoni wakuti, keep walking, you know, keep walking. So yeah,
that is what we need right there. And sorry, and also to actually touch on the whole part of sponsorship, right? One thing I know is that money doesn't just come where the environment you can see with No, you have to set your environment to be proper and everything. You need to also align yourself also. And also this thing of called law of attraction. That thing is so true right there. If you actually align yourself with your vision, everything that you need, you're even gonna meet the people that you need. People are willing to help out there. You just need to ask. Honestly, you just need to open your mouth, share, your vision, share what you're doing in 30 seconds, and then voila, you're gonna get all the help you need.
And also, it's a thing of your mindset, right?
Exactly.
People are there to help, but also, I wanted to touch on paperwork, because it's okay. Is your company registered? No. Do you have a constitution? Do you have a proposal? Do you have maybe a sponsorship letters? Like your paperwork must say, like, I'm calling because have you registered? Like, that's the first step. Register.
That's the
As
first
Nkosi
thing they
Nathi was saying,
ask, eh?
you ngeke ngihlale mangihlangana na Faith. You remember with your podcast, you told me, I was like, nah, let's do it. I don't care, I'll come. Right? So have people like that around you as well who are going to say, no, man, we're doing this,
Let's
I'm
go.
rolling behind you. Let's do. We did it.
No.
Nkosi Nathi came, Kabelo came, the other lady came as well. It's about you starting. It all goes back to that. But also at the same time, your paperwork, your contract, the people you work with, must be banned. Because remember, Uguti, as much as we have young minds and also Eva, I told you, I spoke about that and also Eva, and we I think we're approaching 80 million. There are other people who have the same idea as you. So,
And plus now the social
the
media.
population is growing every day on a daily basis. If when you don't implement your idea, the other 80 million like people are doing what?
Then
So make sure your paperwork is right, your contract, your
And just start.
registration, company, whatsoever. You have everything that in whatever space you in. Research about the documentation that's needed in the specific business offline.
Can I add to that?
Yes.
There was a seminar done by some guy called Emmanuel Budnok, and then
Yeah.
there was one statement in all that she was saying. She just said one statement. I think that was like 4 years ago. That has stuck with me. She said, when preparation meets opportunity, results happen.
Yes.
That thing I won't
Yes.
even forget. That word,
Yes,
it was like, wow. She said, what are you doing when there's no opportunities? You want to get into a space, you wanna dominate in a space. Are you well equipped? Are you well prepared? Do you have the proper documentation? Mentally, are you there? And then when opportunities come, it's not you saying, hey, yo, now so
True, yeah.
So that word, I think those words have pushed me. Like after the seminar, that's the only thing I heard from her. She spoke a lot of profound things, but when she said, when preparation meets opportunity, results happen.
yeah.
I was like, wow.
So documentation.
That is
I think just to add on that, here, what we are just saying as a panel is before you expect someone else to take you seriously, do you take yourself seriously? You know what I'm saying? Because we are too big on, like, one thing I've noticed with us as black people, we are so big on motivation. Like, hey, we love motivation, man. Like, we are posting these videos, like, hey, man. But then execution, we are very poor on execution. So you tell yourself, yeah, I want to be a billionaire, I want to be this, I want to be that. But where is the execution? What are you doing to get where you want to be? So I think
That's
just
a
to
huge gap.
wrap it up, that's what we are just saying. Yes, be motivated and whatsoever. Yes, like, another thing with funding, you find that money is printed every day. That's something we need to consider.
true.
Money is printed every day. You just need to find the channels to find it. We are living in the 21st century. Come on. There's so many opportunities out there. Money is literally out there waiting for us. This is not 1960 or 1975 or whatsoever. Now we do have the access.
That's true, right?
It's just us going there and just getting it.
so now.
Remember passion. Are you passionate about what you're doing? Because once you lack passion, because you're not passionate about what you're doing. You're just so all over the place. You're not aligning to what your business line. Be passionate and genuine about what you're doing, so that whatever happens, whatever mist or winds or storm, but you're saying, you know what, this is what I want to do. I love it. Each and every day when I wake up, it's in my mind. I want to do it. I love it.
Exactly.
You go for it because you're
Exactly.
passionate,
Exactly.
Once Ufate give me, no, I'm going this side, I'm landed. Even if it's not aligning me to my business line, happy. Why aren't I finding things that are aligning to what I want to do and go that route, So passion, your passion is, passion.
That is true, guys. That is just amazing on the points that you have touched on. So right now, I want to touch on the dark side now. Now, let's go a bit deeper now. Now, I want to ask, what challenges do you face? What challenges do you face in your industry? And what's your biggest failure? And how did you overcome it? Story time. Anyone
Yo.
can.
Yo, where do we start? Personally, my story is Because when I started intentionally, I knew what I was next. So I've always told myself I'm a student of the game. So when I started, I knew nothing was intentional. I remember doing e-vision board, and the reason against vision board, I read another book by another guy from Etembisa who spoke some Lim. He was saying sometimes with dreams, our dreams are here, but it's about you sitting in a room, taking a magazine, a blank page, and whatever you can think of in that room, cut, paste, put words together, quotes,
Exactly.
and then you just paste and then write my vision board. So what that helps, it keep a lentela, say pupakpela, ngibone visual. So from that time, I did that. I remember the first picture I ngabheka incwadi ye-Forbes, ngakhipha, I saw teachers book, ngamfaka lapho. Ngafaka Emmanuel Bunoko, and then I put some few things there. Imaseminar ngifuna ukwayenza ama-NPO. And then ngangena, and then I was hustling, doing everything, selling. The thing was too powerful. I always thought it doesn't. When I'm established, I'll go to these guys now and work with them. God and the universe
They
did
just-
it in reverse in 6 months. Get to Kala land. The very same guy, Emmanuel Bunoko, saw me online. He says, I've been doing a seminar in each and every township. I want to bring it to Tsakan. I want you to coordinate it.
Wow, that is big.
I'm
That
like,
is big.
"Kwenzakalani la?" I thought maybe it's a prank. Wangifonela, where's Doc, this guy stays in Cosmos City. Where's Tsakan? What? Who can you partner with? Okay, Amboni, I coordinate. We did that event. It was one beautiful in the sense. With some business seminars, people come, but that information, but the market is a ham. Doc, the event started on 9. Yaphela on 6 in Tambam. Every speaker didn't move. Wakhuluma bahlala.
This is legendary.
That 450 people in a room stayed.
Just-
Bakhohlana ngokudla. I think lunch is longer before.
Exactly.
Even the speakers were speaking a language. Abazanga ngesilungu. My dog, they're talking the language. You see, understand that. From that, I was like, oh, the universe is working. And then over time, I was working with many brands, pushing them. But the downside to it, I think I wasn't well equipped in terms of things like contract. Me, I push. And I'm too excited when something new is starting. So sometimes I dive in. To date, I can tell you I built over 60 brands. So that's the downside when you don't know better, and the people who know better who can use your energy and take. So I've learned over time. One pastor was like, as givers, people who are passionate about giving, we need to have boundaries. We don't have boundaries, and takers, they take. Takers take, but tata to a point with no matter look, they can come and take even skippers up and come and take the shoes. You are like, Mara, can't you see we've already taken everything?
Exactly.
So over
It's a
time,
lot.
I've learned the power of saying even no. If I align, no, and don't feeling
Just-
bad about it.
Yes.
So I've learned it the hard way. But it's not even a resentment, it was lessons. I take it sometime, maybe let's say when a business deal, it went bad, you lose a couple of millions. It's worth that money. So you'd say, I lost 60 million, but the lesson is worth 60 million. Now, when you're approaching business, you're approaching it bad. That's the downside when you don't know the information. There is people, like the space of NPO. Ngenza ama business seminars, doc. I was tired of talk shops. Let's have our teachers, everyone is riled up. Market to pum. We don't know where to start. So my seminar was like, yeah, he says obviously CIP location okay, beyond the kuluma, register my company in the event.
Exactly.
We
Right
are saying
there,
funding,
right
okay,
there.
even if you don't give us money, fund these people to have machines.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
in that NPO space, I had a team, we were pushing talk. We would go, must figure out events, decorate, let's kumula masud. While in those teams, kunabantu abazingcono talk. Khona abantu abazingcono they talk. When mabazi kangcono, what they do? They go to these departments as normal because they know the right funders. But your funny funding, you use the certificate, say, talk. It was so. I did maybe 6 events, and then I always help community to community. When I went to economic development, I was like, guys, we've been doing this thing. You know, organization was fund. It was so. The organizations funded for the past 3 years.
Oh.
I'm the chairperson. I have a deputy. I'm saying this funding because I used to walk in takes, but we won't tell you who funded. But who have funded. That broke my NPO talk to a point with NPO from that day. I was the only one surviving to say, Mina, even if you can help me, Mina Nyapambi, this is a calling to me. So that's the dark side.
Keeping on,
One as
keeping
a
on.
talk. If you don't know
Yeah.
information, if you're not passionate, if we're not resilient, talk, because you must realize there's good entrepreneurs, There's bad entrepreneurs. There's even lifestyle entrepreneurs, guys. Entrepreneurship in its whole sense is not the glitz. It's not the glams.
It's not.
True.
Entrepreneurship,
Yes,
no one is talking about the
yes.
tax side where, guys, sales this month are shangan. You have staff members to pay. There were no sales. People are expecting salary. No one is talking about that side. Because even on social media, we post the good things. No one is telling the bad things.
Exactly.
That's why entrepreneurs are not documenting their stories, guys. The entrepreneurs are not telling it. Good, guys, in my shoe. We are telling the good side because when I appear good. And then you realize with social media, I analyze, audit social media, you have funders, but they can't find you because they think you are sorted.
Yes,
You're
yes.
posting the nice
Nice
things.
things,
I shared my story. As raw it is. From me having asthma 14 years, that disappeared. To me starting thanks school to a point of practice I solved the last 6 years. They don't know. You understand? To me pushing and being a man pure professor. I shall see raw talk. When getting inbox say one, I was about to kill myself with this story. I'm starting my own thing. I was like, guys, we need to document our story.
Yes,
And
that's
once
what
you
social
own
media
your
should.
story, don't think it's a weakness. No one can
Yes.
attack you in Tuana. No more stories are rough. No one can attack you if you own it. To say, guys, yeah, I'm not rough. We're in an environment, but I'm not the person I was. I hope in my story can find some sort of inspiration and start. We are always preaching glitz. It's not glitz and glam, guys. Yeah, new.
Yes, that's how life
Yeah,
is.
new.
right
So
now.
once we can start being truthful, even for those who are in school or who those are starting, they can be cognizant with it's a lonely space. Ngena with that knowledge. Because sometimes in us diverse.
True.
So should this entrepreneurship is about the latest Maserati.
Yeah,
You learn with no man. It's all about assets. It's all about investment, reinvesting in the brand. So the downside is if you don't know, those who know. Wrong. Yeah, if you are not strong, you can give up that thing. Say, so it's stories we learn, but I appreciate those stories because they've made me a better man. They've made me to. I wouldn't have found this space, a school so much. We wouldn't have found the people we are speaking to current. Because even me and Okabelo, we knew each other. But bengazi mina ke ngisebenza nobhuti wakhe mina ngisebenza nobhuti wakhe his brother. I was in depression ngasikhathi ngiqala after bayenzele NPO. His brother used to take me to his seminars. He's a motivational speaker. I was shooting. It seems so real today with ngisebenza noKabelo.
How? I was.
Musingicela
Wow,
nobhuti wakhe.
that's amazing.
So,
That's amazing.
it seems like it has, we're in full circle. To say, I started to Chopra and Uputaka never knew what he was doing for me because I was confused. NPO feel, I didn't know. Uputaka, let's go. And that's where Halek, so okay, who's a shooter. Nini throw me in the deep end, you're motivated, you're motivated. That helped me to find myself. Today I'm
back
working
to
in this
life.
program. Come on, you hey, this thing is fun.
It's all on God, man.
So it's all on God. Yeah, that's the dark side. But guys, let's just start, guys. Let's just
That's
get
what I
started.
mean.
People want to start nice and what in want to say the purpose, guys. I always get the question in the purpose. Mina simplify mina purpose is that one thing mavuke. Is that one thing, guys? Even if no matter vuka manje ngo 3 years, even if there was no salary, there was no nothing, you would do it because what it does, it
gives you that
fulfillment.
A
The
reason to
salaries are
live.
after. It's a you understand? So it's that one thing. People are not accepting that one thing. Each and everyone knows what they must do. That's what I'm talking about. Uyayazi. Sometimes with your family, we love singing. Uyacula femini. Uzibuza ukuthi wangicula femini. Iyahlupha. So your job is to accept. If you believe in ancestors, challenge them to say angeke ninginike le voice ningicakekise. God angeke phela. Unginikele mic wathi ngikhulume nabantu podcast vula izinto phela zenzeke.
True,
So once
true.
you can accept, and look, accept is not you doing anything. It's just saying, yeah, accept talent. Show me the way.
Just
Then it happens. Tina siyabaleka.
Yeah.
Siyabaleka nini ubona ubana yenzani wenza leyo. You're stepping away from alignment yakho.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's it in
That
a
is
nutshell.
just a quiet story right there.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, yeah.
I think for me, the downside was literally, it was just all on me. For me, I was the downside. Why? You know, God put some. Okay, firstly, I believe that each and every single thing that we're living with around us comes from God. What this like what this means is when God creates each and every single one of us, there's a certain purpose. We all literally have a purpose, right? So that's why today there's a camera, there's a mic, there's a table, there's a chair, there's clothes. All of these things were founded by people, and that was their purpose that God had entrusted on them. So with me, God like was really planting so many ideas in my mind, but I was failing to execute.
Why?
Like for me, I think I was at a point where I really, like mentally, I was not equipped to say, I need to start taking action. Like I need to start. So to me, I was really expecting Guti, no man, it's gonna happen. No man, as in someone is gonna notice. But at the end of the day, I was chilling in class, I was chilling in car. At the end of the day, I'm turning on the TV, I'm watching DSTV, but I'm saying, yeah, but then I wanna do this, I wanna do that. So for me, it was literally all on me. It was a matter of, nigga, start. After all, there's nobody that's gonna, like here, you are not coming from a rich family whereby there's an uncle or who's gonna
just
give
be
you
like,
this.
hey.
At the end of the day, start. So for me, I think that was just my biggest downfall. It was just a case of me taking action on my dreams and really making the pieces to say, for me to get to where I want to be, it all starts with me.
Yeah. So how did you? Oh, okay. So how did you overcome it? Like, what gave you that bulb? I'd be like, okay, you know what, ne? I'm doing this. Because I actually think that is one thing most of us face. Because we have those things, be like, yeah, I want to do this, but then
Sure.
I don't know if it's fear or abantu bazotini. I don't know what it is, but what is for you? For you exactly.
For me, I read this one book, which was by Napoleon Hill. It says Think and Grow Rich. So there, he was literally documenting like the stories of so many game changers, so many inventors who literally started with nothing and became big things. You know what I'm saying? With me reading the book, one thing I noticed is that each and every single person who was documented there, they literally didn't have anything, but they started.
That's what's important.
You know what I'm
Be
saying?
safe,
If you
be
look at the
safe.
stories of the founder of Coke, the founder of Light, the founder of Ford, Henry Ford, the guy who founded KFC, all of these people's stories, they've went through so many failures, but they didn't stop. They were like, I'm just going to do this at the end of the day. So for me, I think it was that one book that really changed my mind, because that book really spoke to me as to say, you can have so many beautiful ideas and they can come to life, but you just need to start.
Exactly.
Can I add to that?
Exactly. Yes.
I think this will help a lot of people who are watching right now. I've realized the devil comes in three things. The devil does when he sees potential, he attacks you in three things. Essential, you understand? Which is fear, condemnation, and doubt. So what do I mean by that? Fear. Sometimes we fear the unknown. We fear going to spaces that challenge us. We just fear. We fear in our mind. We fear control and you don't know what you're scared of. You understand? You're fearing to start, you're fearing to execute. And then condemnation. Condemnation simply says, so you condemn yourself, you say, those billionaires are billionaires. When we as Vale, you're like, you condemn yourself. I don't deserve that. Yeah, but those spaces are for them. Sometimes the city, I was there, personal. To say, I have a loom, no. You want bowling in Tozabo, movies are in Tozabo, not us. And then you find the self-doubt. Who's doubt? That doubting our capabilities, you are doubting your greatness. Not as to knows is great, guys. You have that feeling inside you to a point with nothing in the world that was built. They can say whatever. We are even the people are brave kakulu. Throughout history, no must face it, we have transcended anything. Labor heat, buying power heat. So the thing it just must be. I'll make an example. Maybe this will hit home. Abo mama to holding 60 rand my talk. Mama me hola 60 rand as my kitchen. I 30 loan. Me 60 rand. I think so yakin. Because abantwana bamele bahlale kuleni.
Yes.
Ane hope ukuthi uzoyiqeda lento nge-60 rand. Namhlanje lezi indlu zimile sikhulile mina nawe with those houses. Ezakho nge-60 rand uqedile lo. It shows me ukuthi isibindi with a black person is innate. Umuntu omnyama ubambila yona dog. Amakhoyisana abambila yona uba nomfundisele yona. Innate, we just need to tap into it and see we have that power. What could go wrong, guys? The worst that could go wrong is no.
Yeah.
They could say no, and then what could they say?
And then what?
So these things, you understand, Aguti, those three things, once you can keep those three things, you fear. self-doubt, condemnation. Anyakutshela uSathane will throw you with temporary circumstances. You're like,
You'll be like,
now you're testing me,
nah.
Satan. Chief, awuhambi yolanda inkinga engcona. This one, I've fetched it.
What,
Awulandele
give something
kuningi.
more, give a challenge.
You
now.
understand?
Yeah,
Once you move
yeah.
there, because the devil knows what we are. You think he doesn't know? He's already seen Makale podcast what you want to do. Ucabanga ukuthi challenge lan. Why do you think you are facing what you're facing? You are facing that because we want the potential. This one.
This one, no, we must put this.
So
let's
I
put
think
all
it's
this,
the three things. That's what they can
yeah,
take out.
if we can take
You
away
understand?
those, it will be amazing. Honestly, we'll be fearless. Actually, we'll be able. Whatever we touch will turn into gold. But Busiwe, please tell us what was your biggest challenge and failure.
So the biggest challenge will be, getting rejection or a no from a person that can help you.
Hey, now
Just
that's
because
very-
we no yenza leyo nto, we have people around us who to know why did it have to be her, why her, why not who and who, or so and so. So I'm not gonna help her. Them thinking that no uzoyeka whatsoever. Remember the purpose and me being passionate about whatsoever. So definitely getting rejections from people can help you, that hurts. I don't wanna lie. And bengakusiza yazi, and but they don't wanna help you. But it's fine. I'm doing what I'll just keep on working because that's what I told myself. Okay, as I'm going through this space, whether with or without support, I'm going to keep on working, because it's my passion, I'm passionate about what I'm doing, it's my purpose that I'm serving on earth, As Nkosinathi and Kabelo were saying, ukuthi, things ekseni mawuvuka leyo nto iyakudla ukuthi no, do
I
me,
need to
do me,
yeah.
So me seeing another black child suffering on my watch, I was like, no, I can't let this happen, Whether I had to sacrifice some of my amounts or allowance or whatsoever, let so
it
be
be.
it,
Yeah, exactly.
because there are people who can help, but they can't help, So it's fine, it's there. What am I doing? So, and then what I did was, maybe I'm approaching the wrong people, Maybe I'm just approaching the wrong people. Maybe I have to know my target market, or approach the people I think can help me, That's what I did, to overcome the challenges of, getting no as a rejection. So what I did was like, okay, you know what? I'm not getting skeptical whatsoever. So what more can I get? So I started, creating sort of a network of people who have skills. Because in the NPO we have one student who designed our website, who's into IT and whatsoever, and I have somebody who has a camera, So I was like, you know what? Okay, I don't have capital, but like, let me work on resources. What skills are you bringing in? Because I want to also add a part of art. So I have this one guy, Mzimela, who's into art, acting, film, because he once appeared on Dingashoni, The Queen. So, bringing some, because remember that you also have to bring people who have skills as well for it to grow. So that's what I did to overcome my challenge. I brought, some of my classmates from law, to help as well with contracts, constitution, and whatsoever. Because hence it's going back to reading and listening, contracts, paperwork, and whatsoever. It has to be here. It has to be legal, and the documentation must be here. So it was that, me saying, okay, this is what's happening. I'm getting rejections, So let me get people who have resources and skills who can help, So it was all about that. But really, it's so painful to get rejections from people who can help you,
And then they can help.
Masabe about the vision growing and everything, they start saying, oh, Busi, actually I want us to do this,
Yeah, and they'll
Hence
come
I said,
back,
keep on
they
walking.
will.
You're going to attract them. Remember that the universe conspires on your behalf as well. God is there as well, So do your work. It has to speak for itself, You can speak and whatsoever, but does your work speak? It all goes back to your social media, the way you're conducting yourself as well. So I was like, okay, I'm facing these challenges. Let me use them to my benefit. So I worked on social media. I worked on getting people who have skills, and I worked on myself, to whenever they say, tell us about Limitless in 30 seconds, or tell us about Uncover in 30 seconds, I'm able to do that, Me, besides saying, I'm supposed to take, myself, say, okay, fine. Tell us about what you're doing, and, how can we help as well. And first impression lasts always.
True,
Can
that
I
is
add?
true. Yeah.
I think I once read a quote. I think, it's a video. Yaga Miles Monroe. Before I was showing, he left a statement. He said, everyone is an expert in their area of functionality. Why the example, what imoto? kune-engine imoto kunama-clash kunento eziningi and then wabonisa elinye ibhoti lilapha phakathi mavula phambili wathi le bhoti leli no matter lona lizicabanga ukuthi lincane if that boat alikho this car won't start what everyone is an expert in the aero functionality no matter how inferior you think you are because wathi makashiya lo statement if uyachanyela chanyela to a point ukuthi even uma ungekho but yo namhlanje ufate akekho la yazi akekho umuntu if umuntu odila ngama lights but ya namhlanje siyabona lo muntu wama lights akekho so he said that no one is inferior like a car lelo boat lelo lincane yonke into uma ubheka imoto i-engine it seems like yiyo enkulu i-clash steering lo wathi mayingekho le boat lo mlilo umelele awumkhulu so that's the one lesson ayithatha kuleya video guys in whatever space dominate lapho dominate do it like do it ukuthi mathi uchanyele la nongenathi yo hey ngiyazibona la phansi you understand then that will open up a lot of things for you opportunities talent
And everything.
And also to add on that, be good at what you do. That even if you're not there, but it's able to run on its own as well, you know. Be good, yes, you know. Don't just be a leader by name, you know. Be able to, because remember, Tina, as we leaders, we must be able to treat people that you're working with. Don't take out, oh, I'm a chairperson, I'm a CEO. Okay, you're a CEO, so sending. But treat us humanly, you know. We are people at the end of the day, whether you have a title or not, but at the end of the day, we all are the same, you know. So it's leadership says a lot because the way you treat your people also says a lot about your profit or the functionality of your company as well. Yeah.
Just to add on that, you know, just to add on what you're saying, basically, one thing we must realize is yes, I mean, we can say we are the founders and the CEOs and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But in essence, we must remember here, we all matter. Like in your company, everybody matters. Why? If I run a company, like Virtual Mall, it's an app. At the end of the day, we have offices there. At the end of the day, there needs to be a cleaner, there needs to be, like, the space needs to be conducive for a working environment. If the people now come and inspect to say, is this a safe environment for people to work, it's not going to work. You understand what I'm saying? So what we're just saying is, as much as we see ourselves as big, but we must realize that who we are working with is also big. We all need each other. For example, if you go to a shop and you buy bread, like you go to ShopRite, before you get out of the door, someone must process that thing.
Yes.
You can't get out and it's like out of ShopRite with that bread. Someone must process. So that cashier, they are very important. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And also the biggest mistake we do is to look down on somebody, you know.
Yes.
Maybe somebody is wearing overalls, man, you know, what can I get from this person? That person is maybe a big person, a translator, ESCOM, whatsoever, and you're being Caesar. But just because of the way you spoke to them, now it's over. And then, for example, let me say you're gonna meet that person at a big event, and then remember that you once crossed path, you know. So now, so this already
Exactly.
don't
That's
look
how
down
it
on
is.
anyone. Don't
That's
look
how
down on
it is,
anyone.
actually.
Yes, like respect each and everyone.
That you
Be
meet.
friendly. Like don't frown. You know, you're a business person. You know, don't frown. You're a leader.
'Cause-
Don't frown. Make conversation because you don't know who you're speaking to. You know, whenever I'm speaking to people, I find myself, actually, I'm doing this. You know, what is she doing whatsoever? It's because of the way I approach them, the way I spoke to them. That plays a very, very big role in whatever that you're doing. Hlonipha omunye umuntu, you know,
That is-
like angeke uncindezeke, angeke ufe now. Have respect, you know, have manners as well. You know, like the immense importance of thank you and please.
It's
You know,
very
those
important.
little things that we don't pay attention to, you know, are the building blocks of whatever that you want to do. As Ukabelo was saying, umuntu oklinayo, as Nkosana was saying, ukuthi uma kuthi upraise yena oklinayo la, bonakala ukuthi okay, praise is not here, you know. That's how you've mastered your skill or whatever that you're doing.
What you're about
Respect each and everyone, you know. With me, like I don't know whether, like whenever I meet a person, just that today I was sick or whatever, but like I greet them with a smile, you know. So from there we start talking, hi, whatsoever, because of how you approach that person or because of, you know, your facial expression says a lot as well. So respect each and everyone because you don't know who you're talking to and who's doing what and who knows who, you know.
Exactly.
Because nowadays it's all about who you know as well. We can't run away from that. I'm sorry.
That's true.
We
That
can't
is true.
run away
That's
from
facts
that.
right
So
there.
each and, as Unkosnati was saying, we spoke a lot of things. As they were saying, go to those seminars, go to those events that are happening, and in the club, they're free, and you're not going
you're
there.
not
Don't be
going.
afraid on spending on yourself, investing on yourself, because that's in England at the end of the day, which is going to grasp that information, and you can become big. Because one thing about me when I was growing up, I remember, it's been in me. I don't know lie. I'm gonna be a millionaire. So when I have this money, what I'm going to do with it. So I'm like, as I was doing this NPO thing, I didn't know Uguti what was it at first. I only knew when I was doing my second year at varsity. It was, oh, okay, there's something called like this, register this and this and this and this. It all goes back to research, listening, and reading, and being in the right spaces as well. So what I'm trying to say is, you have it in you to do it.
You must
You
just
have
start.
it in you. Keep walking. Start. Uguti ba nuthini akusinking yakho le. Ngathi ungavala amadlebe and keep walking.
Just for conclusion now, can we just one sentence? What advice do you? Okay, one sentence on how do you want to be remembered? One sentence.
Hey,
Inspired, enabled, and empowered.
Nice.
personally, me, I want to be remembered as the crazy one, the loud one, the fearless one, the connector. Yeah, me, I regard myself as a Charlie Chaplin, guys. If Namazi, yeah, don't understand it, but once you start to sit down and pack that.
I think for me, simply a game changer. Someone who just came to this planet, fulfilled their purpose, which was to change people's lives, and that's it.
And that is it. Thank you so much to our beautiful and amazing panel. And today we actually spoke on topics that people are actually scared on holding. So thank you so much for watching. I'm your hostess, Praise Song. Until we meet again, thank you.